it up there, little cats? Come on into the Cat and Tree studio. Together, let's set foot in the mind of an adult. Are you ready to hop in?
Sitting up here at this tree, you have me, Dayu.
And me, Bora.
Quick reminder, little cats, topics discussed in this podcast are simply opinions and suggestions of the host, hoping for it to help others.
Welcome back, little cats! We are here once again for a new season of Cat and Tree Studio. And of course, you still have us, your favorite little cats. I am Bora.
And I'm Dayu.
How's it been, girl? It's like not really a year, but like months.
2 months?
Yeah.
2 to 3 months, I guess.
Yeah, I missed this.
We haven't
posted.
We haven't recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't post. I mean, we did post. I hope you guys saw the posts that we did in our social media accounts, and of course some of the teasers for our new season. And I hope those Easter eggs that we sent out there gave you a clue of what we're going to talk about right now, or for the whole season.
Yes.
Right?
And yeah, it's something relatable for not everyone, but most of us.
Our generation. And also, like, for this season, we're gonna make it a little bit more of a fun kind of season, right? It's gonna be a retrospect. Yes. And at the same time, because we know that we are now like more than halfway through this pandemic, we want to lighten things up. So I just want to ask, okay, just starting with you, Jai, I want to ask, is there anything that you miss the most that we no longer have now during your childhood, or like the 90s, early 2000s that you miss?
What I miss the most is the cassette tapes. If other people are familiar of it, I'm not sure.
For the younger generation, we shall give you a verbal visual, if that's possible, of what a cassette tape looks like.
Okay, let's describe what a cassette tape is. So it's in a rectangular shape.
Yeah.
And it has 2 holes in the middle. Is it in the middle?
Yeah.
And then there is like a film inside, like a long thin film.
Yeah.
And that cassette tape can contain how many songs? I'm not sure. Maybe 10 songs?
Yeah.
That's why it was called mixtape before.
Because it's like an album. The albums that you have now. They're still considered albums, but like these are the CD albums that you have now, but the only difference is you can't skip the song.
Yes.
It's either you
will fast forward, I think.
Yeah, but you have to play pause to make sure you're like at the right time.
And then if you want to repeat the same song, for example, you already played it, you have to use a pencil or a pen to rewind the tape.
Yeah. You can do that, or like on the radio. It's up to you, whichever you wish.
Yeah. And then the cassette tape has side A and side B. So on the side A, it has different songs, and then on side B, it has different songs again, based on what I remember. Am I right?
Yeah.
But I guess younger generations now are still familiar of it because some singers still release cassette tapes.
Yeah, they do. I think it's this generation now is more of like going to the retrospect, because we've already reached the maximum. I mean, not yet, but then somehow we've reached the maximum of technological advancements, though they're still improving. So what artists are doing now is that they're in a creative way, I think.
Yeah, they're trying to like remind people of what it was before.
Yeah. Before they released the cassette tapes, they started bringing back the vinyls. Yeah, and even some companies produced players for it. Though it's kind of pricey because, vintage, and it has better audio. So artists started releasing vinyls, and then they released cassette tapes. I think that was Taylor Swift that produced cassette tapes. Like, yes, queen, thank you.
Yeah, some artists are starting starting to release cassette tapes and vinyls again.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, those kinds of stuff. I kind of miss those things because, like, I don't know if you did this when you were younger. Like, back in the 90s, even though we had access to the internet, not everyone was able to access.
Yes,
Right?
because it's not very accessible at home
Yes.
before.
And it's kind of pricey to have one. Like, if you have internet,
Yes.
then you're rich.
Exactly.
But so some people, if they want to get, or if they want to get lyrics to a song, it's either they listen to it over and over, or they they have a pen and a paper and they play pause rewind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember if you bought a cassette of like a tape of a specific artist, the tape includes the lyrics sheet.
Ah,
They have
yeah.
there's a mini booklet included inside.
Yes. Like it's really small though.
Yeah. Like the text was like around 3.
Yeah, just to fit that small like
Yeah.
booklet. But it's really cute. It's really fascinating. Like you don't realize or you don't realize how special cassette tapes are until you grow older.
Yes.
Right? Like, wow, they're so. My mom used to have like a set of those, like one whole bag. Actually, I'm still wondering where it is now, but we could have left it, or I think we left it, or they sold it. I don't know.
My dad used to have a lot, like 2 drawers of cassette tapes, but I think we threw it out when we moved in our new house, so we didn't have anything anymore. But
Could have been cool if we kept it, right?
yeah, I'm not sure, but maybe they're not playing anymore. I don't know.
Unless we have a cassette tape with us. I mean, cassette player. Who knows?
Yeah, we don't have cassette.
I'm gonna ask
player
my
anymore.
mom where those things are. No, because they're also aesthetics. Like for those who are into like vintage stuff in their rooms, you can just like display them on shelves, so as an
Yes.
aesthetic. So it's really pretty.
And they're very small.
They're very small, so you can like
Yeah.
how many cassette tapes on one shelf? That's a lot. Oh my gosh, right? And what else do you miss most?
What else? I remember Slumbo.
Ah, yes, slam books. And for those, oh my gosh, I can't explain because like, it's something that I think became popular when we were in elementary school, but I think before our generation they already have one.
Even my mom used to have that.
It's like, do you guys know, for those younger generations, do you guys know the, like, when you get your yearbooks or, and then you sign something there? Slam books are similar to those, but they are more detailed.
Yeah, they need more information.
Yeah. So it's like a contact book or an address book, but with more nonsense.
Yeah, but what is your favorite question in a slum book?
It's not really a question. It's like an imperative. Describe yourself.
How did you describe yourself before?
All good things.
Like, okay, can you give at least 2 things that you write?
I think this is very general. Like a lot of people wrote this, kind and what else? I don't know. Just kind and maybe cute, because I'm not narcissist, but then I don't know what to write. But most people write, I think, judge me.
Yeah.
So you just tend to like cop. But how about you? What do you write on that line?
I think I always write shy and what did I write? Kind? Did I write kind?
I think kind is like a general thing for most people.
Everyone
Like
writes
everyone is kind here. That's the first thing that schools teach. Be kind. So we all kind.
it. Yes.
Gosh, I enjoy this topic. This by the way, the topic, if you still don't get it halfway, it's a retrospect to 90s or early 2000s trends. This is fun though, because you tend to miss the times when you were younger and the simple things that make you happy.
Yes. But now it's your turn, Bora. Which one do you miss the most?
What do I miss the most? I guess it's the larger versions of cassette tapes. The VHS tapes.
Ah, for the movies.
Yes, larger version cassette tapes. No, because it's I remember growing up we loved movies so much. We would go to this rental movie rental store.
Yeah. Ah.
Yeah.
I forgot the name. Video City.
Video City. There's like two major video rentals before. That was Video City and Aka. I forgot the other one, but those are the
I haven't heard the other one though.
So what do we call that? We rent out VHS, but you don't really watch them over and over, so rentals are fine. So we watch a movie as a family. So I kind of miss those times. And then you cannot, unlike Netflix, if you miss out on something, you can easily just bring it back quickly. But for for a VHS, it would, because in Netflix, if you rewind it, you would see the picture clearly. But for a VHS, no, you will see like gray lines while you rewind.
You don't see
You don't
anything.
see. You see something, but it's not. You cannot.
It's not the
complete-
picture.
Yeah. So I'm like, you'll feel lazy rewinding, so you just go on with your life. But then I miss those times that it seemed like the greatest technology of all time, and then when you get older, it isn't. You realize that
You'll be
inconvenience-
annoyed.
Yeah, but I miss it because it's like, and it's like a family thing.
Yes. Family usually bond at home watching together. Unlike when people watch Netflix, usually we just watch on our phones, on our laptops, alone. Like, a lot of people prefer to watch on Netflix alone or maybe with one friend or two.
Yeah.
But I think it was the last option to watch Netflix with the family.
Yeah.
But before, the family usually watch movies together on Sundays, right?
Yeah, weekends like that. And also there's like aside from the VHS itself, like there's this device where if you want to start all over the movie, you want to start the movie all over, you have to put it on a rewinder.
I know that. We had that.
The one that looked like a car.
Yes.
It's in different forms, but the most common one is it looked like a car, and I don't understand why.
I really thought it was a car.
Yeah, actually, I did not realize it was a rewinder until I got older. I'm like, what's the point of this?
I thought it was a display.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Yeah.
And there's one more thing that I miss.
Which one?
Telephones.
The wired telephones.
Yeah. I know we have cell phones now, but the feeling of memorizing numbers feels different.
And then the telephone, what's that? Telephone book? Phone book?
Yes. That's why, now I realize that the slam books is not only for the purpose of like knowing everybody, but it's also, it doubles as a contact book or an address book.
Because it asked for the telephone
Yes.
number and address.
Yes. And if you memorize someone's number, it feels so good. It feels so different. Like, in a good way, guys, so don't misinterpret.
It's an achievement.
Yeah, it is. And then, like, the problem is you cannot use the phone, though, for long hours. And you will be charged.
Of course. And your parents will know
Yeah.
if you stayed on the phone for a long time.
And they will know. And they will know that you called somebody. Because
Yes.
when telephone bills come out, there's, like, numbers that you called.
Yeah.
They'd be asking you, like, who did you call? There was... Secret. There was one time me and my cousins, for the Filipino listeners out there, we have this Filipino show called Eat Bulaga. There is the famous segment there, which was EB Phone Home.
I remember that.
Me and my cousins, because my cousins were like kapuso. We call them kapuso or same heart in English. So we phoned EB Phone Home. That kind of call on that number costs more than a regular telephone number.
Because it's for a TV show.
Yes. And of course, you will be able to get to, I think the concept of that is you call more, the more chances of winning, right? my grandparents found out because I think the phone that we used that time was the office phone.
Telephone.
So they found out. Of course, it costs more, but we did not get into trouble. I don't think they actually completely found out who called that number. But yeah, but it was fun. It was fun, and then you can't move around. You're just in one place.
Yes. And if your house has two phones and if they both have the same number, like for example, there is a telephone for upstairs and a telephone downstairs.
Yeah.
It's like if you were talking to someone upstairs and someone picks up the telephone downstairs, they will hear a conversation.
Yes. So guys, if you watch like 90s movies, you will see like this person wanting to hear a phone conversation, they can easily just cover the mouthpiece and just listen.
Yes.
But I don't know how accurate or how sneaky that is, because even though you cover the mouthpiece, you will hear that somebody lifted the phone.
Yeah, but if you are too focused on your conversation, you won't notice it.
If you're in love, you won't. One thing my parents never worried about me, because the only people I phoned were my friends and asking about homework.
Yes. Like, have you done your homework? Like that question.
What was our homework again?
How did you do it? I cannot do it like
Yeah,
that.
I don't know. Telephones are so like. I just hope we still have a telephone at home, because there's still some people using, or some businesses using phones. But I kind of miss that.
But now if the telephone rings, it gives me the chills.
It was like, what era are we in again?
I want to run away.
Yeah, I mean, grandparents' home before because I think the telephones that we in our generation, like growing up, the telephones that we experienced were the ones that where you press the buttons.
We didn't have that in our house, I think.
It's like you just have.
We only had the one with the wire.
I know. I mean the telephone where you press. They have pressed buttons, because before they have the, what do you call that? The one that
the one that you spin.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we had that.
Yeah, the one. Good thing I figured out how to use that phone, because I was like, how in the name do you press these buttons? But good thing I understood how they really work. So that was their phone at home. I was like, cool.
The one that you spin?
Yeah. Before, they used to have. This is my grandparents' home. They had the one where you click, or what do you call that? Press dial. And they had the ones that you spin. So I'm like, cool.
We had the one that you spin, but it wasn't working. Like it was like a toy, I think.
It's like you pretend you're calling somebody.
Yeah, I had a picture like that. I was on the phone.
Yeah.
And I was pretending I was calling someone, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
But now I avoid phone calls.
Yeah. It's like, don't call me now.
Yes.
Friends, I'm sorry. It's just that, mood swing.
Yes. Please understand.
But any trend that you missed? Fashion trend.
I followed the one with the butterfly clips. For Filipino listeners, I know they know Jolina Magdangal.
Jolen.
It was a very famous fashion
Yeah,
trend.
she even had her own store, right? Jolina's.
Yes. And then it's like you have this small clips that you put in front of your, like, how can I explain it?
Because that time the trend was, I think some put bangs, some prefer without. So to keep their hair, to, how can I say?
Keep the hair away from the face.
So if you want to keep your hair away from your face or off your face, you just put these butterflies on their head.
And then it should
Small
be
ones.
around maybe 10 pieces.
5 for each side.
For each side, yeah.
The more colors you have, the better you look.
Yes. And my school, in elementary, because I transferred school when I was in 3rd grade, my school had this rule wherein you're not allowed to wear Jolina butterfly clips.
Why not though?
I don't know why.
That's
So I
that's one way to keep your hair neat.
yes. So I told my mom, you cannot fix my hair like before.
You can only pony.
It's not allowed. Yes. So what my mom did was she just braid it because I wasn't allowed.
Or maybe they would allow the elastic headbands, the
I like the one where you exercise.
yeah, but the kind of headbands that they have, the ones that they have now, they're not as thick as the ones they had before.
Before it will stretch even your face.
Yeah, because that I remember also like the headbands are kind of painful because of the teeth that they have. But if it doesn't have teeth, it slides off your hair. So they invented this elastic headband that smells bad after you sweat so much.
But what kind of design did you have?
I had this one that looked like a knitted knit. It's elastic, something like that. It's like a knitted knit.
I think I had that.
And I wore it like almost every day because my hair was like a mess all the time. So like my mom had me wear that.
The design I got was puka. Do you know puka?
90s kid.
So it was so red.
Puka.
It was so bright.
And Puka smiling with no eyes.
Yes.
My gosh, I think the fashion trends back in the 90s were like you will find it funny, but you will see them wear it now again, except for some really wrong decisions.
But I think no one wears that anymore unless they wanna exercise in the gym.
Yeah, elastic headbands are only applicable like for the gym. I think the kind of headbands that they use for like when they go out or go to the malls are the ones that look like a 20s a Gatsby themed headband style, something like that, because it looks elegant, presentable, and casual.
Yeah. And the butterfly hair clip, I think no one.
Kids.
I haven't seen anyone.
If
wear that
90s
anymore.
kids had children, definitely they would.
Of course.
There was one time I did that to my niece. I mean, not the John Chelina butterfly hair clip. Because I don't know if you experienced this, guys, like, because, you know, Philippines is a very Catholic country. So we go to the church every Sunday. And a mandatory, let me reiterate that, a mandatory Sunday dress for kids back then was this. You have puff sleeves. And like the middle part of the dress is like garterized. And then it's like a lot of flowers.
I know that.
And then your socks are the ones white with lace. And your freaking school shoes.
White leather shoes.
White leather
or
shoes.
black
Yes.
leather shoes. Yeah.
That's why they love the school shoes, because you can wear it on Sundays. Clearly. So like I saw one dress in the department store that looked exactly like those dresses, and I told my mom exactly, I will not let my niece get old without wearing that dress.
It's like traumatic for the child.
She has to experience that dress. It should not only be me. She should experience that dress.
Because children nowadays don't wear that specific kind of dress anymore.
And parents don't dress them that way anymore.
Yeah. As long as they wear a Sunday dress, like a normal dress.
Yeah.
But before, it should be that kind of dress.
Yes. And not only the lace socks, take note of that. Some parents even give them knee-high socks on a summer day.
It's not the thin one, the thick one.
On a summer day. Take note of the summer.
And then after the mass, like the hair is so messy, and then the child is sweaty like that.
Yeah. Your parents would kill you. It's like, especially your mom, because they fix your hair for hours, and then you would just mess it up. Like, it's friggin' difficult to put those pigtails on.
Yes.
Just to put them like in like the same position, and then you just mess the whole thing up. You did, girl.
And then after the mass, you will ask your mom to buy you a bird or a chick.
Chick, the colored chick.
Yes.
But that's animal cruelty, guys. I don't recommend.
I don't know why it was like a thing before.
You're when you were a kid, you didn't realize those things until you get older. You're like, it's animal cruelty.
But actually, I got 2 birds before, and then we set them free.
Yeah, because Actually, I was told like the mere fact that they're there and they're like colored, their days are numbered
Mm-mm.
because they've already been, I don't know, maybe put in with poison, so their days are numbered. So guys, don't do that. Let them stay whatever their color is.
But I never bought the colored chick.
Goldfish.
That's a little expensive.
I think that was just like, how much was that? 10 peso.
10 pesos?
I don't know how much that is, but then I think those goldfish don't last long. It's like you wake up the next morning, they dead or something.
Because they're too sensitive.
Yeah.
They cannot live in like a normal water.
Yeah.
They should have like this machine that
That
gives them
filters. Yeah.
oxygen. Yeah, or they'll die. So that's why.
Or I just don't take care of fish well. That's another reason.
Maybe.
Yeah. Free. And there's like a lot of food before.
That aren't available now anymore.
Yeah, why?
I don't know why they stopped manufacturing those kinds of food or snacks. They're so good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if they're not healthy. I mean, not all food nowadays are healthy.
Yeah, nothing's healthier.
Yeah, like for instance, imagine this one: you're in the grocery store, and then you check out. Your mom check outs your stuff, and on the side you will see this candy with a foot. It's like a popping lollipop candy,
Yeah.
and I'm like, Mom, I want to eat that foot.
You will lick the foot so that the popping candy will stick on it.
Another thing is I don't understand why it's a foot,
I don't know either.
but that foot tastes good.
Because it's a candy.
Yeah, and it pops. The designs of these things, I don't understand.
But there is a normal lollipop. It's a flat circle shape.
Ah, the one.
And you also dip it in a popping candy.
Some of them in popping candy, some of them in like regular powder, sweet powder flavored thingies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know why. It's like sugar on sugar, but it's good.
Yeah. The candies before have like very weird designs.
Like what?
Tape.
Ah, the bubble tape?
Yeah. Like you have to pull a long tape of bubblegum to get the actual size that you want to chew.
Ah, because if you chew just like a small part of it, you cannot make the bubble.
No.
Ah.
And those things are expensive. So you're
I think
trying to save it.
I've never tried the bubble tape.
I think they still sell it though. There are still some candy corners, so you can buy it from those. Or some snack exchanges in department stores. Even the foot long.
Foot long? Ah, the hot dog itself?
No, the gum.
Ah.
It's wait, let me explain. It's in a box. It's in a long box because it's a long gum.
A foot long gum?
I showed you the picture before. It has like in the box. It has on the box. It has like pictures of animals.
I remember
It costs
now.
10 pesos for a box. See, I know the price. And that price means I rarely buy it because I don't have 10 pesos at the time. And you have to share it with somebody though because it's too long. Like you
Oh.
yeah. But have you tried like other weird bubblegum shapes?
Weird gums. I think the gum that I loved the most before was the strawberry shaped gum.
Oh, that tastes good.
Yeah, it's like 1 peso each, and then you just have to put your hand inside the bottle so that you could get your own bubble gum, or the person in the store will get the bubble gum for you because you don't care if they touch your food.
Yeah. They even have these like little tongs that they just pick it up with.
Some stores.
Some just don't care at all. And that time we did not have COVID yet, so who cares?
Yeah, so it's okay.
Who cares about that? Also, this is plainly like a Filipino perspective because, as you know, we're Filipinos. But if you have some other stuff that you want to share, things that we never mentioned, that's a retrospect to the trends back in the day, you can easily just comment down below, right? Or just, shout at us. Up to you, whatever you want. Okay.
Let's try to remember the things that we don't see anymore.
We're democratic here. Which one?
What?
I think we forgot to mention something before. Like this thing I think a lot of people had after cassette tapes went viral. Viral. It's so that's so modern. It was
Which one?
after VHS tapes we had CDs, right?
Ah, yeah.
And we have these like not really big, but these not pocket-sized CD players. And
You cannot put it in your
no,
pocket.
you have to put it in your bag. So if
Yeah.
you have to bring a bag all the that's why backpacks before had some allotments or some small holes for
For the
headsets.
headset?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the reason for Walkmans and CD players. It's freaking vulnerable because
Yeah.
if you accidentally drop the CD player, it wouldn't.
It's broken.
Yes, it will work, but it'll jump.
And your CD might be broken.
Yeah, vulnerable stuff.
Oh.
Before Spotify happened, these are the things we had to go through.
But the problem is you can only listen to one CD or one tape.
Yes.
Well,
Only
so
one.
you will just listen to one artist.
That's why people before were more appreciative of the albums because they get to listen to the whole album because they don't have a choice.
Yes. Because they cannot bring another album for
Yeah.
extra.
That's why it's easy for artists before to release singles because their songs are already popular before they release it as singles. Now they have to release it as a single just so they would recognize the song.
Yes. Because it has a digital copy.
And most of the time people would only listen to the one that the artist released first.
Yes. The title track.
Yeah. So that's
So
the
the B
benefit
track.
of CD players. You don't have a choice.
And it is battery powered.
Ah, yes. But if you're rich, you have the chargeable ones. But I wasn't rich. So we have.
There was?
I think because there are some CD players with allotments for adapters,
Oh, I didn't know.
but a majority of them are battery powered. So you have to buy an expensive CD player and an expensive set of batteries,
So that it will last the whole day.
and you have to buy the right one because you have to use the CD player as long as you need.
Yeah.
See,
Some people bring it at school.
yeah, but I wasn't allowed to do that,
Some schools don't allow devices or anything.
and my parents didn't want me to bring it there because first, why would you bring a CD player to school? Second, it might get lost because you leave it in your bag. So but sometimes you just don't do what you're told. I'm sorry, don't do that, guys. It's just
I think I brought a cassette player with a radio in high school
See,
because there was like a radio show that I've been following for a long time and I didn't want to miss it. I wanted to listen to it. So I'm so sorry to my teacher, my English teacher, yes.
and it was easy to hide headsets that time because I think the way to hide them was like to put them inside your shirt.
Yeah, inside your uniform
then
or
kind of tuck the cord at the back of your ear and then put it in. And if you have long hair, this is the benefit of girls.
yes.
If you have long hair, you keep it in your hair and no one will see it.
Yes.
That's a technique.
So just put one ear.
I want to say students don't do this, but then I realize a lot of students are just at home.
Sorry.
I'm really so sorry. But there's so many things.
Yeah.
So many things in the past that we wish still existed now, but technology changed the way we live a lot. So
Yeah.
we're still thankful for that,
In a good way and maybe in a bad way, both.
Before we can just leave the house without those players, but now we can't leave without our phones.
Yeah, because our phones already have a lot of function.
Yeah, it's like all in one.
Yes.
Dang. This kind of thing that we talked about is like more than the expected time limit for this podcast. But
So yeah, it's extended.
but it's fine.
Yeah.
But you guys don't leave us on episode because if you really this is like a refresher if you're tired of like a lot of technology or social media. Let's do a little bit of a retrospect to the past, and that's what we're going to be tackling for the next few episodes. You don't know what's going to happen next, so we want you to stay tuned.
Yes, and we hope that you can relate and try to reminisce the 90s and remember the things that we don't see anymore, or maybe we still see them but they're not as important as before.
Yeah. So guys, if you have any things that you want to share, our YouTube comment box is open for you guys. Go ahead, share your 90s retrospect.
The things you miss the most.
Yep. Let's see. Maybe we can talk about it in the next episode.
Yes.
Right? And maybe you can meet friends now in the comment box. Who knows?
Exactly.
So see you again next week, guys. This has been Bora.
And this has been Jayu, and we'll see you on our next episode. And that's all the time that we have for today. We hope you learned something from our discussion. Don't worry though, this ain't the end. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook for more. And make sure to click like, follow, and subscribe.
New episodes are out every Saturday, 3 p.m. Philippine Standard Time. So be sure to turn on your notifications to keep you updated. Let's now climb back down and see each other again. Same tree, same place, same people. Bora
And Jayu.
See y'all real soon. Keep safe and God bless.